Hey, good morning. It is Councillor Glen here. It is Saturday, January 14th, and perhaps you can guess where I am if you're in the the neighborhood. I'm at the Crossing Bridge skating rink next to Lorne Cassidy School, and finally, some colder weather, some snow, great for outdoor activities. I'm looking forward to getting out for some cross country skiing today and tomorrow. And I know the volunteers who look after our rinks in our community probably look at this cold weather and have a big smile on their face. Thank you to all the volunteers who maintain this rink and all of the rinks around Stittsville so we can get out and have some fun on a cold winter day. If you are interested in helping out and volunteering on a rink in your community, send me an email and I can connect you with the people who organize the rinks. It's all done by volunteers, and we rely on volunteers to keep these rinks in great shape and up and running every year. On the topic of skiing, I mentioned this last week. If there's anyone interested in exploring the idea of grooming part or all of the TransCanada Trail between Stittsville and Bell's Corners and maybe a bit west as we go towards Carlton Place, again, send me an email. I've heard from a few of you and just looking into the logistics and feasibility. Again, across Ottawa, there are a number of groomed skiing trails. They're all organized and done by volunteers with some financial support from the city and I think the NCC. So if you're interested in that, please send me a note and something we'll see if we can explore. Maybe too late for this year, but looking ahead to next winter. Okay, I have a bunch of updates, some local, some City Hall, what's going on, what's coming up. First of all, obviously the snow, the cleanup is still ongoing by the city. The plows have been out and continue to be out plowing streets and plowing sidewalks. It looks like they've gotten to all the streets so far from the bit of a tour I did around this morning. Still some sidewalks left to go in some neighborhoods. This is a big snowfall. 24 centimeters, I believe, was the total as of last night, and that's significant, and it does take a longer time than usual to get that cleared, especially with the type of snow we had. Some thick, heavy snow, some ice buried in that as well. So that adds to the time, especially on sidewalks, to get that all cleared. And I know if you've shoveled your driveway over the last 24 hours, you'll know this was some difficult snow in there. So thank you everyone for your patience. Also, big thank you to everybody who helped out with the winter parking ban and removed your car from the street during the winter parking ban yesterday. This is anecdotal, but looking down my street yesterday, for the first time in our winter bans this season, all the cars were off of my section of the street. So that was really good to see. So hopefully that word is getting out. And of course, you can sign up for alerts from the city at ottawa.ca/winter parking so you can get the latest info whenever there's a winter parking ban called. Now, there's no winter parking ban now. However, it still helps when there's ongoing operations to keep your cars off the street, and also make sure you're not blocking sidewalks this morning so that the sidewalk plows can get through on their first or second pass through their community as needed. Let's see, at City Hall this week, I was very focused the first half of the week on the issues around LRT. I'm sure you heard there was a outage that started a week and a half ago, lasted 6 days, and the good news is the train is back up and running, and the extra good news is over the last 24 hours during the storm, service continued uninterrupted. Train, bus, and paratranspo. Now the train was on schedule. There were some delays for buses, obviously, because of the winter driving, but overall the system performed quite well over the last 24 hours. Now we still have a lot of questions about why a week and a half ago those trains became immobilized and ice built up along the O train line. Still a lot of questions. I have some pretty serious concerns about the readiness of RTM to respond to that, as well as how they reacted to it. They are doing right now a root cause analysis and an investigation into other technologies and processes and measures that could be in place to prevent something like that from happening again. They're looking at about 10 different ideas, 10 different things that could be deployed. And in the next few weeks, we're going to get a report back from this group of internal and external transit experts who are looking at this, and then we'll be able to make some decisions about what needs to be deployed. The other one is a lot of issues with replacement buses and how they're deployed. So that's also going to be something that we're looking into at Transit Commission coming up, and communications around. We always expect transit systems when you have severe weather, there might be some delays, some minor delays. A delay that lasts 6 days, though, is not acceptable, and something that should not be happening. And when these things do happen, though, how do you respond to it? What is the communications? What are the replacement buses running to help people out? These are the kinds of things that we're going to be having a pretty good big discussion around at our next Transit Commission meeting. Moving on, Queensway Carlton Hospital. They posted something earlier this week. On Tuesday, they had the busiest day at the hospital in 47 years. They had 361 admitted patients. That's a significant overload of their emergency department capacity. And a lot of it's being driven by respiratory virus in the community. People are sick, and they want to remind people that if you are in respiratory distress, if you have issues breathing and so on, or related to COVID especially, you can go to the West Ottawa Clinical Assessment Center. You can make an appointment by going to qch.on.ca. That's the Queensway Carlton Hospital website, and they have a separate assessment center for respiratory issues, and it's on Draper Avenue, which is kind of near Baseline and Greenbank, and they can see a lot of patients there during the day, and it takes away some of that pressure from the ER. So check out qch.on.ca. That's Queensway Carlton Hospital website, and look for information about that respiratory assessment center. It's open every day, 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. You should make an appointment. It'll be something you can do to help alleviate the load at the Queensway Carlton Hospital. One more thing on citywide things. The vacant unit tax, as of yesterday, 140,000 property owners, homeowners in the city, had completed their declaration, and that represents 42% of all homes, which is great. The deadline is not till mid-March, but if you've got some spare time this weekend and you own a home or a property in Ottawa, please go to ottawa.ca/VUT, and you can see all the information about how you can make your occupancy declaration. Whether you own your home or rent out your home, or your home might be vacant for some reason, you need to declare that, and it takes less than 5 minutes to do. Just go to ottawa.ca/VUT, and thank you to everyone who has done that so far. By the way, there's a letter that went out to mailboxes this week, so if you're not sure what this is about, check your mailbox for that letter. And again, thank you to everyone who's done it so far. Let's go local. So over the past week, Tuesday, we had the opening of the Shingwàkons Public School on Cope Drive. This is a new Fernbank Elementary School. So congratulations to teachers and staff for getting things off the ground and started, and it sounds like a good start so far, with some issues, though, around the pickup and drop-off and traffic. We have had city traffic safety specialists out there looking at the situation. There's going to be some additional no parking signage going up very, very soon. We're also doing an evaluation for a crossing guard. In the meantime, though, for this school and for every school, what would really help is if we can get fewer people driving to the school. So if you can walk to school, that would be a big help. If you absolutely have to drive, consider parking a little bit further away from the school and walking the last few blocks. This can make a big difference. You know, if we've got hundreds of parents at any school in our community coming in the morning to drop kids off, there's absolutely no way that can be safe, or we have the proper infrastructure for that. Really need more people to take that little bit of time in the morning to walk to school. It's great for kids, for their physical health, their mental health, and even just understanding, being a part of their community, and seeing friends, seeing the neighborhood, exploring the neighborhood. These are all great benefits from walking to school. So thanks for your cooperation on that. I was at a ribbon cutting this week at the new Switzer Apartments on Stittsville, Maine at Orville. That's the new apartment building. So congratulations to the owners there, the developers there. It's a beautiful looking building, and welcome to all the new residents who've moved in over the past few months. Welcome to Stittsville. I know many people I met on Monday coming from out of town, moving here from out of town, and really enjoying the neighborhood so far, so that's great. Also attended a couple of board meetings. I'm a new member of 2 boards in this term of council. One is the Carp Road Corridor BIA, so we altered some of the ward boundaries of Stittsville to extend Stittsville a little further north around Carp Road, up towards the Queensway, and so now I'm a member of the board of the Carp Road Corridor BIA, so really interesting to hear about some of their activities and initiatives. And also attended an orientation session for Ottawa Community Housing. I'm a member of that board. This is a group that manages 15,000 affordable housing rentals, townhomes, apartments, a huge variety of housing across the city, so really interested to join that board, learn more about their operations and their strategic plan over the next few years. And a great little story. I'm here in Crossing Bridge. We got an email this week from an older couple, seniors who are now have mobility problems, no longer able to shovel their driveway. They live over on Renshaw. They have a plow service to plow their driveway, but they reached out to us looking for help to shovel their front steps. That's something they were unable to do. We put the word out to the community, and we said, is there anyone who'd be willing to volunteer this winter and help them out? And we had dozens of responses, dozens of offers of help, which is just incredible. So we've been able to connect, I think, a couple people with the family to help them out this winter. Great to see. So thank you to everybody for being generous. And it's a good reminder. Look around in your community. Maybe there's an older adult, or maybe someone who's, for whatever reason, struggling with their driveway today as they clear out. Give them a hand. Really appreciate it, and something you can do to help out in the community. Coming up, 3 things. Friendship Club, January 29th on Wednesday. It's their next luncheon and also their annual general meeting. The Friendship Club is a really good organization that connects older adults in our community. They organize a monthly luncheon. They have outings around the city, and they have euchre tournaments and so on. Really great organization. They have next luncheon is January 29th. Check them out for more information there. We're looking at organizing we have a volunteer who has offered to help people with their taxes. So if you or someone you know needs some tax help this year, contact me and we will put you in touch, and we may set up a tax clinic, a drop-in, depending on the demand. So let me know if we could connect you with the volunteer to help you out. And finally, big congratulations and good luck to Collinda Joseph. Collinda is a Stittsville resident, and she's a member of the wheelchair mixed doubles curling team for Canada, and she's heading to the World Championships. It's in Richmond, BC. So best of luck, Collinda. Really glad to hear about your selection to the team, and we wish you all the best. All right, that's it for me, and enjoy this nice day. I hope you get out today. Maybe you'll be shoveling your driveway, maybe skating on one of our great community rinks, maybe going cross-country skiing like me. Whatever you're doing, have a great weekend, and I'll talk to you here next week. Take care.